First, let's try to introduce you to the economics. Okay, so please note that when we explain the course outline, so we have explained you about the type of economics that you have. So typically you find that the economics is divided into two broad categories. So economics is divided into two broad categories. One is macroeconomics and another is the microeconomics. Please note that the macroeconomics deal with the aggregate quantity. So here we are dealing with the aggregate quantities, national output, national income. Okay, right. So we will see that what are your gross domestic product or GDP, what is the income that the entire country produces. So that is your macroeconomics dealing. Okay, whereas the microeconomics, here our focus is on the consumer and business. So we see that what are the decision making that are being done by the consumer, what are the decision making that is being done by the business. So our focus will be on demand and supply. Okay, so in microeconomics our focus is on demand and supply, right? So the microeconomics, it classifies into two groups. Okay, so we have been seeing one is the theory of consumer. So how the consumption happens. So consumer, they will consume, let's say you are trying to consume Coca-Cola, like what are the determinants of that. So please note that consumers are always looking to maximize their utility, right? So people buy let's say iPhone. Okay, iPhones are more expensive as compared to, let's say, your Android phones. But what is the reason that people pay more money to buy iPhone? It is not that the price, okay, it is the benefit that people derive, the utility people derive by possessing some phone. So one of the thing is iPhone is like a very good product, right? So you have a very good utility for that. So people want, and also there is a pride factor. So people try to maximize the utility in whatever the decision they are doing. So consumers want to maximize. Next is we have the theory of firm. Here we deal with the supply of goods and services. So companies, let's say take Apple for example. Apple is providing the product iPod or iPad or iPhone. They are providing the surplus. Okay, they are providing these products. So please note that there are some firms which provide the services also. Let's say some firms which, let's say Apple only, it is providing you with the repair of the iPhone, right? So these are your firm supply. So please note that the firm's intention is to maximize the profit. So firms would want to maximize the profit, whereas consumers, they want to maximize the utility, right? Okay, so please note that theory of this consumer and firm is very, very important because it helps us to get an idea about the demand and supply, right? So, and in fact, like as we move more into the microeconomics, we'll get into more of this. Okay, now with respect to the investment analysis, why this is important, please note that when we are doing the investment analysis, we need to understand the microeconomics, macroeconomics, because we need to understand what are the products and services that these firms are offering, right? So what are the prices of these products? So that means we know that, okay, the revenue, what is the, how the revenue is getting impacted, what are the cost of this. So we know that what are the costs associated with the products and services. So you know the cost of these companies. Also please note that the presence of the complement and substitute product, it determines these prices and costs. So you need to also focus on the complements and substitutes. So in investment analysis, this our focus is on getting the revenue and cost of the firm. Without this understanding, will not be able to do, right? So we get an idea about the firm's profitability and the business risk. So let's say, suppose an example is a company whose prices, okay, the company is not able to determine the prices of the product, right? So it is there in a high business risk, and cost can increase. So it's in a high business risk environment, right? Now without the thorough understanding of the demand and supply, we are not going to get a good analysis of the firms. So we are not able to do good investment, right? So what we are saying is, it is difficult to understand the impact on the firm's revenue and profitability with respect to the external events. External events, maybe let's say the increase in the price of crude, how it impacts our company, right? Let's say there is a increase in the pay packages that the laborers are demanding, right? So how it impacts. So with an understanding of the economics, we will be able to see that how sensitive the firm's revenue, cost, etc. are with respect to these external events, right? So let us start the reading number 13.